How you doing? Hey, we're talking about ratios today. We're talking about different kinds of ratios, talking about simplifying ratios in the past, and now we're talking about how to create ratios out of real-life situations. And if you take a look at some of the notes we have up here, pause it if you need to, take some notes. We're talking about coming up with a way to figure out what ratios are in a word problem. We're talking about, so distracted by this kid right here. Looking for the word to. The word to we use a lot in ratio building. We use colons as well. We use the phrase out of. We use the word of. But we see the word to very often in a word problem situation. So look for the word to.
What's my name?
I'll write your name in just a second, buddy. But you're gonna circle the word to, and you're going to look at either side of the word to, whether it's to the left, to the right, or before or after it, and try to find the two phrases that mean whatever quantities you're trying to put between, or on either end of the word to. So identify the two quantities surrounding the word to, and then once you have that phrase, you're going to just write that as a numbered ratio and then simplify it. Okay. Let me write my son's name real quick.
What are you doing?
Write your name. There you go. All right. And I have an example right here. We have a table that you're going to look at to pull information from. You have a word problem that you're gonna read first. Obviously, what is the ratio of jelly donuts eaten to chocolate and glazed donuts eaten? And in this particular instance, you see the word to right here. And if you look before and after it, you're going to find the values that you're supposed to find. You're going to find jelly donuts. I like to underline them to kind of make them stand out. Using a different color pen is always helpful. I don't have one right now. And it looks like I have chocolate and glazed donuts as the phrase after the word to. So if I pull that out, it's going to look like this. Down on the floor. Glazed and chocolate. And I'll abbreviate because I want to keep it brief. So if I have a phrase like jelly to glazed and chocolate, it looks like I have what I need to make a ratio. I'm going to have to do some addition because and denotes addition. So I take my numbers from my table, translate those words into a real ratio. Looks like I have 10 jelly, so I have 10, 2, and I have my glazed and chocolate. Glazed and chocolate look like 12 plus 8. 12 plus 8 I think is 20. Check behind me. And I have a ratio of 10 to 20 donuts that were eaten by Mr. K. Apparently I was hungry. I would never leave it just like this. I would simplify that. I would try to find a number that divides evenly into 10 and 20. Sounds like 2 might be a good candidate because they're both even. I might be able to divide 5 because this ends in a 0 and the 5 divisibility rule denotes that. But I can also divide 10 into 20. So I think that 10 might be my best option. We call that the greatest common factor, the biggest number that can divide evenly into both of those. There you go. Right, Andy again. There you go. That's my son Andy. Nice to meet you. And if I divide both of these out, 10 divided by 10 is 1, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. So I have an answer of 1 to 2, and that would be my simplified ratio answer. All right. We'll take a look here at some Skittle ratio examples. There you go, buddy. All right. I like using Skittles and candy, all kind of fun stuff in class. I have a number of Skittles here. I have 2 packs of Skittles. In class, we did a 1-pack experience with 2. I think it's a little more fun. You can do more simplifying with it. So I have my Skittles here. I'm going to translate what I have here in my Skittles to what's on the board, or what will be on the board. So I have yellow. I have 3 yellow. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 purple. And I should have probably done this before, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and it might be good to find a total too. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 11 is 22. 22 plus 8 is 30. So I have 30 as my total. It's always good to figure that total out just in case you need to have it for one of the problems that you may work with. And if you look at some of the questions that we have up here, it looks like total might actually happen. We have a total right here, total here as well. Taking a look at some of the questions that you see up here, I went ahead and started circling some of those 2's. We have a 2 here. I have a colon here, and it means the same thing as 2. We have a fraction form with a fraction bar. That's pretty obvious what that's going to be. And also I have another 2. Again, if you underline and highlight the important parts of the ratio, it's easy to translate those. If I have red Skittles to orange Skittles, I'm simply going to take the red out, put those numbers in there. So for instance, if I'm looking for my red Skittles are 6.
many?
If I have my orange Skittles, I have my 5. You can have some, buddy. And I have a good ratio right there. That's my ratio and I'm all set. If I take a look at green to purple, I'm doing the same thing. I take my green, that's 8. I have my purple, which is 8. That's a ratio of 8 to 8, which would actually simplify, to 1 to 1. I'm going to skip down here to the total skills. You can try some of these on your own if you wish. Total skills, we have 30 Skittles. So I would have something that looks like 30 to whatever my green and orange sum is, which green plus orange would be 8 plus 5, that would be 13. And I have a ratio that does look improper in terms of a fraction. I'm going to end up leaving it like that. We don't want to change things around. We want to do exactly what the ratio is supposed to say. It's okay if it looks a little weird. Fractions are different. If you take a look at some of the other examples we have up here, I'm not going to get to those today, but if you want to try those in your own time, we have some total information which really wouldn't be relevant to you right now. Number 6 and 7 are comprehension questions that I'll have you take a look at in your own time that you may have already seen in class. And number 8 is a graph example that you would see that entails some of the different types of Skittle flavor sets. Feel free to pause, fast forward, rewind, watch it again, watch it a few times, see my son eating Skittles, and have a great day.